Today I'm going to attempt to show you left-handed the crocheted shifting shells scarf pattern. I'm using a medium weight yarn. I am using an H8 crochet hook. It's a 5mm hook today. There is a special stitch called the shell stitch, which is a single crochet, chain 3 double crochets, all in the same stitch or space indicated. So this scarf can be made in multiples of 5 plus 2. So I think I chained 22 chains for this demonstration. So let's begin. After you make your 22 chains, the pattern says in row 1 that you are to create a shell in the second chain from the hook. Again, the shell is a single crochet, chain 3 doubles, all in that second chain from the hook. Now, after I create this first single crochet, I'm gonna grab a stitch marker and put it on top of that first single crochet, just to remind me that's where I started. Because you know, when you start putting stitches, more than one stitch into a chain, sometimes it gets convoluted and you can't tell what's what. So now I did my single, now I'm chaining 3. And now I'm going to put 3 double crochets all into that second chain. Bear with me, I don't go very quickly left-handed. But for my left-handed crochet friends, this is for you. There's 1. Here comes 2, hopefully. Good, 1 more. It's a real workout for my right-handed brain. Good, I survived. Okay, single crochet, chain 3 doubles. Then it says, there's a bracket and it says, skip 4 chains and shell in the next chain. So I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and in that 5th chain, I'm going to start all over again. I'm going to single crochet, chain 3, and I'm going to put 3 doubles all in that same space. So I'm going to work across this row and I will join you back at the end of the row where you will have 5 chains remaining, and then we'll talk about how to end this row. So I'll be right back. So here I am at the end of my row. I chained 22 and you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I will have 5 shells at the end of this row. Oh no, excuse me, I will have 4. I'm going to skip these 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in that very last chain at the end of the row, the instructions say, skip 4 chains and single crochet in the last chain. Again, I chained 22 and I have 4 cute little slanting shells. So we'll move on to row 2, which says chain 1, So I'm going to chain one and turn my work. And the instructions say shell in that first single crochet. So I see my tail got caught in there. All right, so I'm going to turn my work a little bit. Here's my chain one. Here's the top of my single crochet. That's where I'm headed. So I'm going to shell in that very first single crochet. So single crochet. So my shell is the single crochet, the chain three, 1, 2, 3, and 3 doubles, all in that same stitch. I have to regroup my fingers. There's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. Here's my 3rd one. Okay, good. So here's my first shell. Then my instructions say, in brackets, it says shell in next chain 3 space, and you're going to work across until the last chain 3 space. We'll put a single crochet on top of there. So in these chain 3s, all the way across, you're going to work across and put a shell in there. So I'll show you this first one here. If you can bear with my slow left-handed crochet. So single crochet, chain 3, and then 3 doubles, all in the same chain 3 space. So I have 2 shells started on this row. There's my first one, and maybe you want to put a stitch marker on top of that chain 3, just as to say this is where I started, because at the end of the row, when you come back in the other opposite direction, this is where you're going to put your single crochet at the end of the row. So I have 2 shells started. I have another 2 more to do, and then I'm going to single crochet. I'm going to move this stitch marker up. My last stitch will be a single crochet at the end of the row right here. So you're going to start with a shell at the beginning of your row. You're going to end with a single crochet on top of that chain 3. So I'll meet you back at the end of the row. Okay, so I have completed across the row my 4 little shells, and now I'm at the end of the row where my stitch marker is. And all you have to do at the end of this row is put a single crochet on top in that chain 3 space, right in that chain 3 space. And there's the end of that row 2. So it says in the instructions to repeat row 2 until your scarf is as long, or it says 68 inches from the beginning. But again, it's a scarf. You can make it as long as you want. But I love this because it's a 1 row repeat. And so I'll start the next row. So chain 1, turn your work. And right in that, here's my chain. Here's my single crochet. That's where I'm going to begin. And I'm going to do my shell right in there. So single crochet, chain 3. If my fingers cooperate. And then I'm going to put 3 double crochets right on top of that single crochet. That's my first shell. My little hook keeps flipping around. One more. And again, I'd probably put my stitch marker in that chain 3 to remind me when I come back in the opposite direction. That's where I'm going to end. So you just do this, repeat this row 2. Now you might want to take a count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shells on each row. 1, 2, this is row 1 was 1, 2, 3, 4. Row 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, on my next row, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in the last. Okay, I hope you like this video, all my left-handed crochet friends. See you next time.